Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving straight into the incredibly alluring world of free personal finance apps. I mean, if you've ever scrolled through an app store, you've definitely seen them, right? Those brightly colored apps promising to save you cash, budget your paycheck, or even magically find money you didn't know you had, all for the low price of absolutely nothing. But as we're going to see today, that price tag of zero often hides a much more complex and honestly, sometimes really costly reality. To really wrap our heads around the massive appeal of these apps, just consider this staggering number: $40 billion. According to Credit Karma, there is literally over $40 billion in unclaimed money just hiding in America's proverbial couch cushions, waiting to be collected by tens of millions of people. It's a massive hook. And you know what? It works. Companies like Credit Karma use these totally free tools like unclaimed money searches to draw you right into their ecosystem. But that brings us to a really critical question, and it's the absolute core of what we're analyzing in this explainer. Is free money ever actually free? When an app offers you cash back on your groceries or tracks your daily budget at zero cost, we really have to ask ourselves what the true motives behind these tech companies are. Like, how exactly are they keeping the lights on if we aren't paying them? Section 1. The allure of free money. Let's look at how these apps actually reel us in. Take these three wildly popular examples. First up, you've got Fetch Rewards, which completely gamifies your grocery shopping. You just scan paper receipts or link your Amazon account and boom, you get points. Usually 1,000 points equals about $1. Then you have Upside, offering an average of 10 cents a gallon in actual cash back on gas. And finally, there's Cleo. Now, Cleo is super fascinating because it targets younger users with this fun, kind of snarky AI chatbot. You can literally prompt the bot to roast me, and it'll deliver this brutally honest, meme-filled mockery of your recent spending habits. It's engaging, is harmless fun, and best of all, it's free, right?
Section 2. The true cost of free.
Well, there's actually a pretty stark contrast here between expectation and reality. Let's stick with Cleo for a second. The expectation is that you're getting this great free AI budgeting help. But the reality? Their business model hinges heavily on paid memberships. If you actually need a small cash advance, say up to $250 just to make it to payday, you suddenly slam into a paywall. To actually access that cash, you need a subscription, and that ranges from $5.99 to $14.99 a month. So the painful irony here is that users who are already really short on cash are paying up to $15 a month to a budgeting app just to borrow a tiny amount of their own future paycheck.
Section 3. The bill negotiation trap.
Now, consider the fee structures for an app like Rocket Money. They advertise that their team will negotiate directly with your service providers, your cable or internet company, to lower your bills. But check out this catch. If they're successful, you are charged a staggering 35 to 60% of your first-year savings. And what's totally wild is that this massive cut applies whether you're using the free version of the app or paying up to $14 a month for their premium tier.
To show you how this actually plays out in the real world, let's look at a case study from a Reddit user named Roy EP3. He decided to use Rocket Money's negotiation service for his Cox internet bill. He gets this email celebrating a massive win. Rocket Money claimed they were saving him $780 over the next 12 months. Sounds fantastic, right?
But then he called his internet provider just to confirm the details, and the horrible catch was revealed. Rocket Money didn't just negotiate a better rate for his current service. They quietly downgraded his plan entirely. They literally removed his unlimited data package just to achieve that new lower rate. And even worse, the user found out that if he wanted to add his unlimited data back on, his new rate would actually be higher than what he was originally paying.
The ultimate trap had been sprung. Because Rocket Money's terms dictate that bill negotiations absolutely cannot be canceled once they're finalized, the user was now legally on the hook to pay Rocket Money a $273 fee, literally for the privilege of having his own internet service downgraded.
Section 4. Dark patterns and data mining. To really grasp the severity of all this, we need to understand a specific term: dark patterns. These are design practices explicitly crafted to trick or manipulate users into making choices they wouldn't have otherwise made. This isn't just some clumsy accident, guys. It's a deliberate user interface strategy designed to deceive. So keep this definition in mind as we move forward. Because consumer protection advocates are taking this incredibly seriously. What we're looking at here is an official complaint filed by the Electronic Privacy Information Center, or EPIC, directly to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, specifically regarding Rocket Companies, which is the parent company of Rocket Money.
Epic's complaint outlines a frankly staggering list of severe allegations. They claim the app forces users to link their bank accounts via a third party called Plaid, mining immense amounts of private financial data. They allege the app uses those exact dark patterns we just defined to deceive users into paying for services that were advertised as free. But perhaps most concerning of all, the complaint alleges that Rocket Money essentially operates as a consumer reporting agency without actually complying with the Fair Credit Reporting Act. They're unaccountably collecting vast quantities of credit information and then using those credit reports for self-promotional marketing right back to the consumer. So your data isn't just being tracked, it's practically being weaponized to sell you even more financial products.
Section 5. How to protect your wallet.
Okay, so the good news is there are safer, truly free alternatives out there, though they might require just a tiny bit more manual effort on your part. Let's look at these steps. First, if you just want to know what you can safely spend today, use PocketGuard's free tier for their In My Pocket number. Second, if you really want deep financial discipline, try EveryDollar. It offers free, manual, zero-based budgeting. Honestly, manual entry actually forces you to be way more intentional with your spending anyway. And third, if you have retirement or brokerage accounts, use Empower, but strictly for their free investment tracking. By compartmentalizing your tools like this, you completely avoid relying on a single app that's just trying to monetize every single aspect of your financial life.
But really, the absolute most crucial piece of advice to take away from this whole explainer is this. Always, always read the terms of service. You have to understand what you're giving away. And when it comes to your cable, internet, or phone bills, just take 15 minutes and negotiate them yourself. Calling your provider directly is truly the only way to guarantee you keep your preferred services without some third party taking a massive 60% cut of your savings. So, as we wrap things up today, I want to leave you with one final, provocative thought to chew on the next time you go to download a shiny new budgeting tool. Take a look at the apps on your smartphone right now and really ask yourself, are you using these free apps to manage your money? Or are they using your data to manage theirs? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and stay focused out there.